The arena buzzed with excitement, a living sea of fans united by their love for Elvis Presley. Bright lights danced overhead, illuminating the vibrant faces of the audience. The air was thick with anticipation as the band played a lively tune, sending waves of joy through the crowd. People swayed to the rhythm, their voices rising in harmony with the music. Laughter and cheers echoed back and forth, mixing with the electrifying sound of guitars and drums that seemed to pulse through every corner of the venue. As people leaned in closer to catch a glimpse of their idol, others waved banners and signs that proudly proclaimed their love. The atmosphere felt electric, charged with an energy that promised a night to remember. Suddenly, amidst this joyful chaos, a commotion broke out near the front row. Eyes turned as gasps rippled through the crowd like a wave. In that moment, all eyes were glued to a young boy, a sweet-faced child with tousled blonde hair, who had been lifted onto the barrier by his older sibling. He twinkled with excitement, his bright blue jeans and neat white polo shining under the arena lights. The very air seemed to halt as he slipped from his perch, tumbling forward towards the stage. The joyful noise faded into silence, replaced by anxious murmurs as everyone held their breath, waiting to see what would happen next. Little did they know that from this moment of fear would come an unforgettable act of heroism. In that moment of tension, the young boy stood out like a shining star amid the crowd. He was about 5 years old, with soft, blonde hair that danced with every move he made. Dressed in a crisp, tucked-in white polo shirt and bright blue jeans, he seemed to radiate excitement. His black sneakers were shiny and new, perfect for a night filled with fun and adventure. The boy's eyes sparkled with joy as he took in the sights and sounds around him. All around him, fans were singing along to their favorite songs, and his face lit up in response to the vibrant energy that filled the arena. It was clear that he was having the time of his life. His little body bounced to the beat of the music, arms flailing in delight, as he waved at Elvis on stage. Everything felt magical for him. This was more than just a concert. It was a dream come true. As he perched on the barrier, boosted by his older sibling's supportive hands, he felt on top of the world. The roar of the crowd made him feel special, as if they were all there just for him. But in an instant, that joy turned to fear when he lost his balance and began to fall forward. With gasps echoing around him, his thrill quickly shifted into uncertainty, as all eyes focused on what would happen next. He didn't know it yet, but this concert would become a defining moment in his young life, one filled with both fear and incredible bravery. As the concert continued to pulse with energy, the bond between the young boy and his older sibling shone brightly. The older sibling, a teenager with a protective nature, had eagerly lifted the boy onto the barrier, hoping to give him a better view of their musical hero. With a smile that radiated joy, he hoisted his little brother high enough so he could see over the sea of heads in front of them. Their laughter blended with the music, creating a moment filled with pure happiness. "Look, you can see him!" the older sibling exclaimed, pointing toward Elvis on stage. The boy's eyes widened in awe as he took in the sight of his idol. The thrill of being so close to his favorite performer made him feel like he was part of something extraordinary. His cheeks flushed with excitement as he waved enthusiastically at Elvis, who smiled back at the enthusiastic crowd. In that moment, nothing else mattered. They were not just siblings. They were partners in this adventure filled with dreams and music. The older sibling watched with pride as his younger brother basked in the spotlight of joy and wonder. It was a beautiful display of love and support, a bond formed through shared experiences and cherished memories. But all too quickly, that joyous moment turned precarious when the boy slipped from his perch on the barrier. The carefree atmosphere shifted dramatically as gasps spread through the crowd, signaling that their night was about to take an unexpected turn, one that neither sibling could have foreseen. In an instant, the joyful atmosphere transformed into one of panic. As the crowd bounced and swayed to the beat of the music, the movement shifted around the young boy perched on the barrier. He felt a rush of excitement but was suddenly thrown off balance as fans shifted around him, eager to catch a glimpse of Elvis. As if time slowed, his small body tipped forward, and his eyes widened in shock. A collective gasp echoed through the crowd, puncturing the festive vibe like a balloon bursting. Every face turned in unison, filled with alarm as people realized what was happening. The energy that once vibrated with joy became thick with uncertainty and fear. In those precious seconds, the arena fell silent, holding its breath and waiting for what would happen next. The older sibling's heart raced as he reached out in a desperate attempt to grab his brother. But it was too late. The little boy had already begun to tumble forward. The once cheerful laughter faded into anxious murmurs as spectators instinctively leaned forward, their eyes wide and filled with concern. As the boy descended toward the stage, the atmosphere shifted dramatically from joy to urgency. Unbeknownst to the audience, a hero was already in motion on stage. Elvis Presley, ever the performer and protector, noticed the commotion and sprang into action. His arms outstretched, he dove toward the boy in a heroic leap that would soon define that unforgettable night for everyone present. As the crowd held its breath, Elvis Presley's instincts kicked in. The moment he spotted the boy tumbling toward the stage, time seemed to freeze around him. Without hesitation, Elvis sprang into action, his heart racing with a mix of adrenaline and determination. Clad in his iconic sparkling white rhinestone jumpsuit, he moved with the grace and speed of a seasoned performer, embodying both strength and compassion. Elvis lunged forward, arms outstretched like a protective guardian reaching for a cherished treasure. The sheer urgency of the moment fueled his movements, as he closed the distance between himself and the boy in an instant. His focus was unwavering. Nothing else mattered but saving the child from harm. The audience watched in awe as their beloved star transformed from entertainer to hero. In that split second, he became more than just a performer on stage. He was a beacon of safety amid chaos. As he leaped toward the boy, the crowd gasped collectively, their hearts pounding in unison. The tension in the air was palpable, a mix of fear and hope entwined in every breath. When Elvis finally made contact, catching the boy in a gentle embrace, relief washed over the arena like a warm wave. His quick thinking had turned what could have been a tragic moment into one of profound kindness. With a smile of reassurance, Elvis cradled the boy as he stood back up, his laughter ringing out and easing the anxiety that had gripped the crowd moments before. This act of bravery would forever be remembered as a testament to his character, showcasing the true heart behind the legend. The moment Elvis lunged across the stage felt like a scene from a movie, filled with both tension and hope. As he soared through the air, his sparkling white rhinestone jumpsuit caught the light, creating a dazzling display that seemed to shimmer and dance around him. Each glimmer reflected the energy of the crowd, who watched in awe as their idol transformed into a hero right before their eyes. Time appeared to slow as Elvis reached out with arms wide open, fully determined to catch the falling boy. His face expressed fierce concentration mixed with unwavering determination, embodying not just his role as a performer but also that of a protector. The crowd held its collective breath, their hearts racing as they witnessed this dramatic moment unfold. In an instant, Elvis made contact with the boy, wrapping his strong arms around him just before he hit the ground. The audience erupted in a unified gasp of relief and joy, their worries fading away like echoes in the arena. The glint of Elvis's jumpsuit sparkled under the bright stage lights, creating an unforgettable image that would be etched in everyone's memory. As he gently cradled the boy, laughter and cheers erupted from all around. The once tense atmosphere transformed into one of pure elation. The boy's eyes sparkled with gratitude and amazement as he hugged Elvis tightly, feeling safe and loved in that extraordinary moment. This act of bravery, set against the backdrop of flashing lights and music, became a legendary tale of kindness that would define Elvis Presley's legacy for years to come. As Elvis caught the boy in his arms, an audible gasp echoed through the entire arena, capturing the collective shock and awe of the audience. It was as if every fan, in that one brief moment, synchronized their breaths, their hearts pounding with a mix of relief and amazement. Faces filled with disbelief transformed into expressions of joy as cheers erupted, blending with the sound of clapping and laughter that soon followed. The crowd had gone from a state of anxious worry to exuberant celebration within seconds. People jumped to their feet, throwing their hands up in joy, shouting praises for Elvis and cheering for the young boy whose life had just been saved. The atmosphere crackled with shared excitement, strangers hugged and high-fived, united by the breathtaking moment they had all just witnessed. "Did you see that?" someone exclaimed from the back row, eyes wide with wonder. "He really saved him!" The story of that miraculous catch would soon spread like wildfire among fans, transforming an already legendary concert into a tale for the ages. Cameras flashed, capturing the beautiful image of Elvis, his rhinestone jumpsuit shining brightly as he held the boy aloft like a hero from a fairy tale. In that arena filled with thousands of fans, the chaos and uncertainty melted away, replaced by a sense of togetherness that only moments like this could bring. As they cheered and applauded, everyone knew they were part of something special, an unforgettable memory etched forever in the hearts of all present. As the cheers echoed throughout the arena, Elvis gently cradled the young boy in his arms, a calm smile spreading across his face. The moment seemed to stretch as he looked into the boy's wide eyes, filled with both surprise and joy. Elvis's demeanor was soothing, emanating warmth and reassurance amidst the lingering tension of the crowd. He held the boy close for just a moment longer, as if to let him know he was safe now. With careful precision, Elvis stood up, lifting the boy back to his feet as he did so. The audience watched in awe as he placed the child gently back on solid ground. His movements were tender and deliberate, showing not just strength but also a heartfelt kindness that resonated deeply with everyone present. The boy's cheeks flushed from both the excitement of being held by his idol and the relief of finding himself safe once more. As he finally released the little one, Elvis chuckled softly, making light of the situation to ease any lingering fears. "You're all right now, buddy," he said with a bright smile, ruffling the boy's hair affectionately. In that instant, their connection felt like magic, an unspoken bond formed through an unexpected adventure. The crowd erupted once again in cheers and applause, this time celebrating not just Elvis's bravery but also his gentle nature. Everyone recognized that this act of kindness had turned a moment of fear into one of joy and compassion, forever highlighting the heroism that lay within their star. The young boy grinned widely and threw his arms around Elvis in a tight embrace, clearly thankful for everything that had just happened. As Elvis stood the boy back on his feet, a radiant smile broke across the child's face, lighting up the stage and warming the hearts of everyone in the arena. His joy was contagious. It spread through the crowd like a ripple on water, transforming the previous tension into pure elation. The boy's relief was evident as he looked up at his idol, a mixture of awe and gratitude reflected in his bright blue eyes. In that beautiful moment, the boy threw his arms around Elvis in a tight hug, holding on as if he never wanted to let go. It was a genuine expression of gratitude that spoke volumes, showing a heartfelt connection between them. Elvis, with his trademark smile, embraced him back, cradling the small figure with one strong arm while patting his back gently, as if assuring him that all was well. The scene was nothing short of heartwarming. The audience watched in delight as their beloved star shared this tender moment with the young boy, who had gone from being frightened to feeling safe and cherished. Cheers erupted anew, echoing throughout the arena, as fans celebrated the bond they were witnessing, one that transcended the typical performer-fan relationship. Elvis's laughter mingled with the boy's joyful squeals, creating a symphony of happiness that filled the air. This simple yet profound interaction encapsulated the essence of kindness and humanity, leaving everyone touched by an unforgettable moment that would resonate long after the concert had ended. It reminded them all of the magic of music and the extraordinary connections it could create. This unforgettable moment would go down in history as one of the most remarkable acts of kindness in Elvis Presley's touring legacy. The way he instinctively leaped into action to save the young boy showcased not only his quick thinking but also his compassionate nature. Fans would recount this story for years, sharing how their beloved star transformed a potentially tragic situation into a heartwarming display of humanity. Elvis's heroic catch resonated with everyone present, reminding them that behind the glitz and glamour of celebrity, there lies a person who truly cares. This act highlighted the deep connections that music can forge and the responsibility that comes with being in the spotlight. For many fans, it was more than just a concert. It symbolized hope and kindness in a world that can often feel chaotic. As stories of this event spread, they painted Elvis not just as an entertainer but as a protector, a figure who stands up for his fans and shows them love. The image of him cradling the boy in his sparkling rhinestone jumpsuit became iconic, forever linked to his legacy and the joy he brought to countless lives. In the years that followed, fans would recall where they were when they witnessed this moment, feeling proud to say they experienced an evening filled with genuine compassion and connection. From that night forward, Elvis Presley was not only seen as the king of rock and roll but also as a guardian angel to those who adored him, leaving an indelible mark on their hearts. The impact of that night reverberated far beyond the concert hall, shaping both the young boy's life and Elvis Presley's legacy as an artist who genuinely cared for his fans. For the boy, that moment marked a transformative experience. He went from feeling frightened and vulnerable to being embraced by a figure he idolized. Elvis's act of kindness imprinted on him a sense of security and inspired a lifelong love for music and performance. This defining incident not only became a cherished memory but also cultivated a deep admiration for the values of compassion and bravery. On the other hand, this event elevated Elvis from merely a musical icon to a beloved hero in the eyes of his audience. Fans began to see him as someone who truly understood their feelings and showed remarkable empathy in moments of crisis. His actions that night added depth to his persona. He embodied not just the glamour of rock and roll but also the essence of humanity. As stories of this event spread, they strengthened the bond between Elvis and his fans, illustrating how significant acts of kindness can transcend performance and create lasting connections. This legendary moment served as a reminder that true greatness lies in looking out for others, allowing Elvis's legacy to shine even brighter. Years later, when people would hear his songs or speak of him, they would remember not only his talent but also this tender moment, a celebration of love, connection, and the powerful impact one man could have on another's life. Ultimately, it cemented Elvis's place not just as the king of rock and roll but also as a compassionate figure whose legacy would continue to inspire generations. As we reflect on that unforgettable night, it's essential to recognize the power of kindness and how one simple act can create ripples of positivity in the world. Elvis Presley's heroic catch of the young boy serves as a reminder that each of us has the capacity to make a difference in someone else's life, no matter how small our actions may seem. Moments like these encourage us to be aware of those around us, to look for opportunities to lend a helping hand or offer support when it is needed most. Just as Elvis transformed a moment of panic into one filled with joy, we too can brighten someone's day with our own gestures of compassion and care. Think back to times in your life when kindness made an impact on you or others. Perhaps a friend who stood by you in difficult moments, or a stranger who offered assistance when you least expected it. Those memories remind us that kindness is not merely an act, it's a way of connecting with one another and spreading love. As we move forward, let us be inspired by Elvis's legacy to actively seek out ways to show kindness every day. Whether it's through a smile, an encouraging word, or a thoughtful action, we can help foster connections that uplift and unite us all. It's these moments that enrich our lives and the lives of others, creating a world where compassion reigns supreme and where everyone feels valued and cared for. In doing so, we honor not only Elvis's memory but also the spirit of kindness he embodied throughout his life.